Finding a space to erect your spine and finding a space that you're very comfortably going to witness, whether witnessing the movement of the body, witnessing the breath of this body, witnessing the stage and the space of the mind where thoughts and emotions moving in and out. And there is nothing you're resisting to be there. You're not asking anything else to change. So you're totally coming into the space of that Shakti by just embracing the breath and being alive into this experience. Now we'll move the camera towards Darren. Shoulders relax and just open. Hi, Rebecca. Now arms raised onto the crown, interlacing the fingers, arms facing up, stretch. And in that very moment, stretch and being alive into that moment, that experiencing. If you experience a difficulty in the body, try not to go back to the old story. This is happening. Embrace the pain if it is there. So between the pleasure, between the opposite to the pleasure, just shine into that space. Palms onto the Namaskar position. Twist the spine to the right side and very gently releasing the tension. Take a deep breath in, come back into the center, change the formation of the legs. Arms raised onto the ground, interlacing the fingers, and very gently experience. Now ask yourself, am I engaging the mind why I cannot experience this sensation? Comes onto the Namaskar position, twisting the spine to the left, opening up. Opening up totally into that space of this cosmos. With whatever the experience is, it's not just your experiencing pleasantness of you and rejecting the unpleasant, because if you witness both, only you are witnessing from the space of the Shakti, space of the Kali, back into the center. Very gently, you're working into the space of understanding the illusion, the Maya that is fogging. Now you could see if the mind is going into the polarity of pleasure, sweet, good, bad, right, wrong, struggling in these places and seeing struggle and in the space of the being, whether it's a pleasant sensation of the connection to the consciousness or the awareness or the Shakti or the God, whatever the name that it is familiar for you. I'm not into name, just be observed. Now very gently observe the space of the conflict. There is a space. And very gently becoming aware about, not releasing anything, not getting rid of it. I completely breathe out to a seated cat. Just allow that spine to shake off, that spaces of blockage, conflict. You're not asking for change, you're just releasing things that you yourself has been caught up. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gates onto the third eye, opening up the space of the belly. Very important to get engaged into that navel space. Breathe out. This time, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Coming into that space of the Sadhana, Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate. Breathing into the space of the calf. Breathe out. So now you see the whole experience of holding breath, out breath, movement. It's all of it. So you see the larger self of you. So there is no choice in your practice anymore. Now into a neutral spine. Now very gently take a deep breath in and stretch the neck to the right, releasing any tension and accumulation. Breathing in back into the center, out breath onto the other side. This is a great place to bring the space of your logical mind, whether it's stuck with two teachings. By observing it and embracing the conflict is the unity. But you're not feeding the confusion, you're not feeding the doubt. Back into the center. Now take a deep breath in. Left leg into the back, right hip open. Now come into the space of observing the confusion, observing the doubt that you have on certain things in your mind. But there is a space you're observing it with reverence as the great Shakti showing her form to you. So you see you to stop struggling with your own, whatever is going on because of this. Now take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Completely breathe out. Shrug the elbows. Roll the palms. Release the tension. Just feel the life as one energy that without the space of the duality. Now take a deep breath in, very gently coming back, shoulders relaxed. Now, into this space, you have to have a lot of braveness because you're not running away, you're not telling the situation you're in is against you. So, of course, you have to have strength because you're embracing whatever it is and you think, not think, you're realizing that it is there, but I'm not going into the duality of it. I'm not going to the emotion of it. I'm not going to get pulled out into a plank. Stronger on the pelvic floor. You're not running away from this to that. So whatever the experience you have dealt with this week, if you now sit with it, it's not that bad because you're having the practice. It's only bad if you are talking to about someone and provoking those emotions. Now very gently lift me onto the floor. Right arm reaching into the front up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Rotation. Right reaching into the back and touch the floor. Now very gently drop the knees. Completely breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into the cow. Tongue roll up onto the upper palate. Breathe out. Anus lock, navel lock, throat lock into the cat. Breathing in, drop the belly. Opening up, tongue roll up. Breathe out to the cat. Neutral spine, very gentle. A gentle rotation to the hip. Onto the other side. Very gently stretch the spine into the back on the out breath. So whatever the situation is, if you're totally in that space without going into the separation, the five ends there, and you see the whole picture of the Shakti, the Kali, the Durga. You're not distracted. Now, a lot of people suffer when they have 10% of something happening in their life, they want to get rid of it. They want to go into a joyride, into distractions, into the space of the party, into the space of this, it's the space of the holiday. But there is no growth to understand and realize the larger part of life in you are, if you are reacting constantly into the situation that you are in everywhere, you won't allow. So just imagine you're vibrating against the light as a very destructive space. Now, palms facing down, crawling, and bring in the chest. Drop the belly, soften the hips. Breathing into a Bhujangasana. So certain practices in the East, they just allow people to take sadhanas, only embrace in that space of suffering. So your mind doesn't have a division to run away. So your body doesn't get pulled into that. So just when you embrace in something totally with the space of the realization and understanding this is a situation, and if you embrace it totally, you're already getting out of it, and not as a result of something different to it, because your engagement of the energy is no longer there. Now relax the third eye onto the floor and just observe the energy in that space of listening, but listening into the space of the realization. Because essentially your suffering is all your mind. Your traumas are in the mind, even it is eventually moves into the body. So now this is a very good place to understand how reactive you are about life. Do you, is the one when someone talks about a difficulty, you engage your difficulty into it and talk about, or if someone talk about a country or a place, do you engage and say that you have been there, done that? So this is the place that we are only listening things to the mind, but energetically we don't have an exchange. So a lot of Western world is so much conditioned into this level of now take a deep breath in, palms onto the chest level where your elbows are, breathing in into up face. Just elevate the skanda, the posture, breathe out towards the down face. Take a deep breath in, left foot into the back. Give a good rotation to the left foot. Flex and point and release any tension. Left knee onto the left chest. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee onto the left elbow. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee onto the right elbow. Breathing in, stretch back. Left foot into the front. Arms stretched into the back, interlacing the fingers. Release the shoulders by getting the lock up on the interlation. Take a deep breath in, arms raised onto the ground. Interlacing the fingers, palms facing up. Shoulders relaxed and chest open, chin up. Bring that energy deep down to the belly, breathing in, connecting and embracing into the space of the navel, opening up into the Virabhadrasana. Take a mudra. This is the best part of being authentic if there is no image to maintain about you. What happens whether people like or not like or disturb or it is there. It's none of concern to the truth of your being. It never concerns. Take a deep breath in and very gently arch. Take a deep breath in, coming back, elbow onto the knee. Right arm reaching up very gently. Right reaching into the front. Keep that shoulder open, not dropping onto the chest. Right reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, touch the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. This is a good space to be in this level of paravita. Breathe, slow deep into your navel and opening up, but reaching into the back and touch the floor. And take a deep breath in, lengthening to look up into a plank, strong on the pelvic floor. Drop the knees, stretch the spine completely down. Now, usually take a deep breath in, palms facing down, rolling and bringing the chest onto the floor. Soften the hips, open up the Savadhisthana, the navel chakra. This is the most natural thing, that the navel is connected to the cosmos, the space and the energy of the cosmic force, because that is the umbilical cord of your mother. It is actually more than that space. Most of us only live in the space of that head only, for the emotion. Not emotion living, but repression of the emotion. So take a deep breath in, coming into the up face dog this time. Elevate the navel, throat, heart, and third eye and the crown. But I want you to breathe down to your body, down to the toes, even. Breathe out towards the down face. So get that water paths resonate here. Because You were in the womb of the universe, womb of your mother, through the space of the water. Now take a deep breath in, right leg up into the back, rotation to the right foot, flex, point, right knee to the right chest, stretch back, right leg stretch back, right knee to the right elbow, stretch back, right knee to the left elbow, stretch back, right foot into the front. Get that feet connected onto the space. I'm stretching to the back, interlacing the fingers. Try to get the lock up, keep the head down. Take a deep breath in, arms raised onto the ground. Bring the knees sit deeper, opening up into the Virabhadrasana. Now take the pose of the warrior, a mudra, so that it is nourishing the space of the cosmic organs that you have, the brain, the heart, solar plexus, that connecting with the sun energy. Gentle arch. Breathing in back into the center. Let this warrior pose function from the total intelligence, not just the voice that I am, or the mental information, not just the emotional information, but from that space of the cosmic mother. Elbow onto the knee, elbow onto the knee, left arm reaching up, reaching into the front, back up, gently switching into the back, touch the floor. So you're experiencing the glimpse of the intuition that coming from this sentence. So this dana, right reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, touch the floor. Push the hips into the front, into a plank, strong on the pelvic floor. Drop the knees. Do a good rotation to the hip. But your balance is coming from that space of the center, the understanding of the center, without it going into the extremes. The intuition onto the other side. Wider rotation. Back into the center. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Into the back, under the armpit. Now try to move the practice from the center of connecting you to the intuition center. Breathing in 2 inches below the navel. Breathing in into that space of the root of the spine. Back into the center, gently coming out. Completely breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into a cow. Breathe out to the cat. Breathing in into a neutral spine now. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling, into the back, under the right arm. So just observe the energy of the navel area, the creativity, creation of all things, sexuality, most powerful place, center of the womb. So start gathering the energy into the space of that. Gently coming out, completely breathing out into a space of the cat. This time Mahamula Bandha, inner lock, navel lock, throat lock. Breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye. Gather the energy. Breathe out, Mahamula Bandha, inner lock, navel lock. Now breathing in, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the third eye, belly totally relaxed, contain more energy. So there's a strong base, grounding into the body. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Neutral spine. Rotate the hips from that space wider. Radiate the energy to the body from the space of the mother energy onto the other side. And open up the space of the aura, the chakras, the flow, the vibration and frequency of the breath. Switching on to both direction, rotating to the both direction. Now switch the spine into the back completely. Breathe out. And allow the palms to open up. Now there's a lot of energy that gathered. Now the singer used this for singing, warriors use this for that purpose. Artists use into that. Now from this space you can create. You can move energies because it's the center of that. Because you take a material body doesn't mean your center is lost. This is a great time also with this energy enhancing. You have to let go of the predictability of things because that is also losing energy. If you are a person who would love to repeat things, there is no way that you are energized by this energy because you're wasting energy to repeat things, repeat the past, repeat a good time that you only knew. What about the good times that you don't know? So this has to be, this energy is only given to a meditator so that they know how to handle it without getting into the exhaustion by repeating. So now in a living through the center, you embrace everything that the Shakti is happening and you have a strength not to fight psychologically or physically. So When you're in a fight mode, it shows that your energy is in the mode of insecurity. You never get sharpened by life, never get sharpened by the truth. Now take a deep breath in and coming into a child pose. Bring the head closer to the knees, crown of the head onto the floor and lifting up the buttocks slightly. Slow and deep, really deep into your navel. Now breathing slowly into the very third eye on top of the fist. You're rolling back. Now let your energy become complete. A lot of people don't know. They only breathe into the chest. Never goes deep because we are repressed there with a repressed energy. So we don't even want a breath to go there. Energetically and emotionally, we are repressed. When you have opposition to life, let wake up the spine one vertebra at a time. Activate the spine, activate the energy centers, the new vibration. Now you know how to sit with this energy. If you don't know how to sit with the energy, you will waste the energy. Now very gently coming up onto the knees. Take a deep breath in, right arm stretching to the front, up to the ceiling, into the hip. Left arm reaching into the front, up to the ceiling, into the hip. Just the expression of this pose. Now your toes can stay down and heels can elevate a little bit so that you can either move into the heels or you can energize the pose by just moving the arms and stretching backwards. So don't use the posture, move into posture as a fight, as a depletion. Push the hips forward and take a deep breath in, support the back and moving back into a gentle child pose. Just your presence is now elevating in the pose. Your inner union is happening. Now the life, as you know, as a baby, they all come from this space of the navel. Masculine or feminine. So very gently, your practice is bringing you into the space of the cosmic center. Now take a deep breath in and waking up the spine one vertebra at a time. Shoulders relax and chest open. Now very gently stretch the legs into the front. It's a deep breath in, pull out the buttocks, right arm reaching up to the ceiling and into the back. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling and into the back. Toes pointing and energy vibration, you just come and lift up the navel up, tilting the head back slightly, stimulating the energy that there is blueprint of the cosmos into you the more. Now completely breathe out, drop the belly, knees to the chest. Breathing in into the Navasana expression. Arms raised onto the ground, feet stretch. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathe out. Now very gently stretch the legs onto the floor. Feet mat with heart. Pull out the buttocks. Now slow down the posture, slowing arms raised onto the ground, roll forward from the lower ribs. So wherever the forward bending is for you, whether it's a bolster, whether it's a block, whether it's the toes, whether it's a Purna Paschimottasana, very gently develop into that space of the intuition. Now your consultation suites are the center of the navel. Opening up, releasing the tension. Rebecca and Daz, you guys going okay? Rolling forward. Very gently coming back. Shoulders relax and just open. Now feel the energy that you're feeling is also opening up your belly, whether it's the wealth, whether it's the whatever that you think the life exists more, has to be felt in there. Otherwise, the mind will only take the openness into the head. So people are head rich, but not really navel rich. And so take this note as your intuitiveness. When I say head rich, their thoughts, they talk about things, they say about graphics, but they are not cosmic rich because they are very depleted in the navel. The mind, we rush away to do things. So now coming into a seated position, take a deep breath in and twist the spine to the right side, stomach body. Back into the center. Change the leg formation and twisting the spine to the other side. Back into the center. Now we understand that we are coming into the space into our being. So, Nasa and Rebecca, you guys okay? The best part of our being is now you could see the practice, you're not going to maintain anything that is not relevant to you. Now, through this journey, some will be disturbed where they are at, some will be into you, but it is not a concern to the truth of your being. Shoulders relax and just open. Now, very gently, try to be in this space for the next few minutes. So let's this past, if they are coming into the mind, let it come. All the anger comes, let it come. All events come, let it come. Judgment, let it come. Guilt, let it come. I'm a bad friend, I'm a bad son, I'm this, I'm that, I'm a bad partner. Try not to light yourself to a different version of it. What comes, it only becomes stronger, as in the start of the class, if you have opposition to what comes. Let these fears of self-judgment and worry come. Be totally in it without totally feeling. Now your observation is the sincerity, not making the event pleasant. Your side of the story is more spiritual, nothing like that. Have little courage and your intuition used from the space of the navel, it's very sincere. If you need to address this with a person, then you will address it from that space of the truth. Because in genuinely, if you're sharing your pain that someone is troubling you, you're no longer creating the enemy out of it, but you're creating a bridge. You don't want to get the anger out of them. You don't want to hurt anyone if you're being hurt. But you're struggling because you're restricted to those people in the space of the truth. We all struggle from that space. When people leave us and come to us, and when they leave us, we struggle because of the restrictions that no longer allow us to be pure and honest. And to have that dialogue in the space of understanding. A lot of people, when they don't have the practice, they are very afraid of the dialogue because it can come as a war. So what does the practice do? Practice is exposing yourself to this is what I am and this is what I have in my closet. And you're okay with it. And it inspires you to become more and more realized. And when you bring that place to the partner, to the relationship, to the colleague, that creates an openness and a bridge emotionally. You can see when dog meets other dogs, they are emotionally, they show who they are and they create a bridge. When people don't have this, they become the Facebook version of Instagram version of, they just show intellectually we are very high and it makes people very uncomfortable or they wanted to be like you to have a chat with you in genuinity. So that's why I don't do these kind of talks. So now very gently you're embracing all the thoughts and emotions to move through you and using this space as a space of healing. You are no longer hiding the hurt with a educational bandage, successful bandage. You're just creating the bridge that you have once shut. So now you could see why minds are so much in vogue. So make connection. So stop playing cool. With the energy of the Svadhisthana to be connected. When you come into that realization, take a deep breath in, arms raised onto the crown, palms onto the namaskar position, realization. And if the realization has a sound, what would that sound be? Not the toe, not articulating, but the vibration of that energy. Take a deep breath in and chant in 3 ohms. Come into the navel, come into the navel, and vibrate from the navel on the outlet. Breathing in. Breathing in. Arms gently stretch and raise the vibration of your body, raise the vibration of the spaces that you, wherever it's me, whether it's the home, whether it's the city, whether it's the intention travels much more further into the distance. Protect the space of the crown, but it's no longer is divided. Third eye, your chakra. Your voice is not a division, but a unity. Your heart, it's not a division, but a unity. Your solar plexus, it's not a division, but a unity. Navel, it's a unity. And of the spine, Muladhara, it's a unity. Arms raised back, cleansing the space. coming on to the Namaskar position of self and its realization. You know, So, as you see, these classes are so much into the space of collective classes to elevate the space further and further into whether we use the Shakti energy, whether we use the Christ consciousness, whether we use the Shunyata, whether we use Taoism, whether we use Sufi methods. Methods are all to activate the same space. Languages and traditions are so much, so they all said about the same space. And you understand this same space when you come into the realization further and deeper and deeper. So today's practice is in this journey, you will provoke people, and it is not there to have a fan club, certain people. But the space of the being, it is not a concern. If you are holding the truth of you, people will always see you where they are at from. So for some people, they will provoke, others they won't. Others it's also neutral. So there are difficulties and challenges to appear. And today was how to embrace those spaces, because by embracing and without having opposition where my life should be, your life will be exactly in the space and realization and understanding. And there is a richness in it. Otherwise, the life will be only mind rich, but never navel rich. A navel is a place of creativity and truth and intuition. It is called mother's energy. It is the cosmic mother's energy there. So your next version of your life, transformation and the transition all happen from here. And this should take intuitiveness from here, not just the educational path, but also the path that we no longer can even match with logic, match with science. So saying that, it was very wonderful to see you all making some talk, so they can always go and visit these classes. So every time, if you're having difficulty or a situation, just go back to the classes and it will bring back into your own truth. It might not be an answer of conversation, but it is somewhere that you're deep down resonating in that space of silence. My love to you, Sylvia, Mac, and Sam Rebecca, if they ever see this. Big hugs for you. I'll see you soon.